bonfire would have got me out of it.
Yeah. Dustin Fustin from Facebook.
That's quite the name. I like that rolls. They would call you D-Fust for short.
It's funny because I love it when people tell me what their Facebook names are, because I know all these people from Facebook, but I can't, you know. Oh, there's a boy, Cameron from Australia watching. He said he overslept, so he's round 4 already.
Wow.
But more importantly, we are off into game 1 of our winning it round. This is round 4 in the last round of Swiss. Both these guys are 2-1. The winner will definitely move on to the top 8. The loser probably will not. On the left is Drew Scherr. He's played on stream numerous times before, and he is playing his Grixis control deck. He said the same deck with a few new goodies in it, so we'll see what comes out of it. His opponent's Tyler King, who has not played on the stream before.
He's a Huntington native.
Very possible.
He's a nice gentleman.
But he was kind enough to play on stream, and he is playing a red, white, black aggro deck that he called a homebrew. So it's not aristocrats or anything specific. It's just aggressive creatures. I saw Exava. I saw Courthouse Chainwalker.
Exava getting more and more love recently.
Well, it's going to be infinitely. Well, I mean, I don't know what's going to be printed in Theos, obviously, but
crap.
We were talking about that in between the last rounds. It looks amazing, art-wise.
Really fun.
But once Hellrider goes, it gets much, much better. So Drew, despite his deck being like almost entirely removable, is already down to 12 here, having not played his 4th land. There's another Gorehouse Chainwalker, so we're kind of walking into
some chains.
We're walking on
Gorehouse in right now.
We're walking on sunshine.
They're pretty big too.
We're going to resolve Forbidden Alchemy here. I see a Jace, a Dreadbore, and 2 lands.
He's a Mutilate. Does he have one already?
I was going to say. I think Drew's out.
Even a Barter would be good.
I think his he kept the Dreadbore. I think his removal suite is Mortars.
Really?
I think his sweeper is Mortars. There's Olivia Voldaren.
With no mana there, so she can't block the Gorehouses.
Yeah, so I imagine what she's going to do is probably. He can either throw it, he can either trade with a Chainwalker and go to 7, or he can eat the Pyromancer and go to 6.
What sleeves is he using? Was that a Blood Rush?
That was a Shock.
Shock. No, that is now a card. I'll figure it out.
Take it easy.
See you later. Thank you.
We'll be over tomorrow.
Be careful.
Later, bud. So he's just shocking the Olivia after combat, so it trades. Yeah, he's going to get a 1/1 token.
Yeah, that is a Pyromancer. I haven't seen that card in action yet, so I'm excited.
So we watched Garrett earlier play his Burnt the Stake combo deck and won very handedly, but he was playing against a ramp deck that had like almost no removal. So when your Pyromancers and Electromancers live, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
It's true.
So Drew's going to Dreadbore something. He does have a Snapcaster Mage, so he can flash that in just as a bear and trade with the other Chainwalker, because it is a 3/2, correct?
Yes, correct.
So in that case, he can, that's probably the play, I would think.
He's only going to take 4. He might just eat it.
Well, he goes to 2 against the burn deck, it seems like.
Okay, so he blocks. The Jimmy doesn't have a slip or something.
Do we Boros Charm here? I think you might just save the Boros Charm and just dome him, yeah. So he he's going to go to 5 off the...
So he saves everybody, and he goes to 5. That's interesting. We understand. She just don't want Drew to untap. It's like Mortar Overload, and then you're kind of...
I would rather... Drew's not going to gain any life in these colors, and I would much rather Drew's never going to be able to...
Yeah. Okay.
Short of counterspelling it, Drew's never going to be able to stop that Boros Charm, but he has tons of ways of killing a creature. So, Ralzeric comes down, shoots the Chainwalkers to Tyler left with just a 1/1 elemental token from his Pyromancer. And he might be out of business here.
He's got a lot of cards, though.
A lot of them are reactive. I see a Doomblade in his hand. Oh, Frontline Medic.
Huh. He does down Zarek.
Also, he attacked Zarek. Well, if you're going to play the Frontline Medic, you have to do that. Flashback Dreadbore, targeting the Frontline Medic. Drew may have stabilized here. You go ahead and up your, you go ahead and...
It's almost better just to keep pounding Drew because he's so low. But I'm not sure what Tyler's deck's
Well, if he doesn't, if he plays the Frontline Medic and then attacks Drew, then Drew can trade his Zarek for the Frontline Medic, and I think he's going to do that.
Because I don't think he's going to trade the Zarek for the token.
No. But he would do it for the Frontline Medic, I think.
The token does not fly, correct? It's just a 1/1 elemental.
Mm-hmm. But he does draw Exava, which Unleashed here is going to kill that Snapcaster, because I'm sure he's going to attack. There's a Doomblade. Not enough mana to do both. But Drew does have a Syncopate, though, so that's going to take care of the...
He has what?
He has a Syncopate.
Oh, no.
So the Doomblade on the... ironically, the only card that he could cast that is not going to be Syncopated, as he does have 2 mana left.
Is Zarek at 1?
Zarek is at 2, and the 1/1 token is attacking Drew this time. Because I think you're fine with... I'm fine with the attack on Zarek with the follow-up front line. But, like you say, if he wants to trade his Zarek for that token...
I'm going to look back on this and think he should have driven... He should be at 3, and then Borstorm should have ended it.
Yeah, the game plays out a little bit differently, probably, but I think I would have done that as well.
Opponents above 10, then you start hitting their permanents. If they're below 2, I think you just got to go for blood. But I'm aggressive.
So Drew's going to...
awful.
Drew's going to end of turn flashback Forbidden Alchemy.
Which is fantastic.
2 Far and Aways, a Snapcaster Mage, and a land. So keeping a... Pump Fake.
Keep the Snapcaster, don't you? So you can flash and like block something with haste if you have to.
I think that's the play. But he disagrees. He's getting
how awesome the cards were through.
Still had all these in the graveyard.
You don't even know what I took, bro.
Oh, that was during his main phase.
We're way off track, aren't we? We're even paying attention.
I was paying attention, and there is an Unleashed Exava, which is going to be enough, right?
Yep.
The exact play you talked about, but I didn't realize he was doing that during his main phase.
I didn't either. I thought that was a turn, but we didn't. Should have realized.
I don't know if it really matters, because the only card in his hand at that point was a Mizium Mortars, which would have answered Exava either. I can't remember what his last card was, but, I mean, at some point, if you don't have any response to it, you've got to use your mana as best you can anyway.
Yeah, no reason to sit on it. I mean, but he could have, what was he digging for to main phase? He could just,
I don't know.
speed it.
If he's stuck keeping a land, he can play it. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's a rock and hard play situation. I think he's losing that game most of the time anyway. What's Drew going to bring in here?
Well,
His
curses seem good. He plays curses. I'm not sure what his sideboard is.
He's got Barter and Blood. He's got Witchbrain Orb. Probably.
I think Tyler's more creature based.
Yeah, but he did show him Shocks and Boros Charm. I don't know if that's enough to bring it in. Oh, he's showing us. That's very nice.
What's he bringing in?
Nighthawks and Staticasters.
Oh, yeah, those are all fantastic.
Mm-hmm. He's going to take out the
Bolus. His ha and stuff.
Yeah. Bolus seems like a fine cut.
He's running a staff because I need to go.
No. Does he have any... way to gain life in this matchup?
Nighthawk.
Dissipate seems fine. He's bringing out Doomblades, which is fair too, because a lot of creatures Tyler can't kill with Doomblade. Rift is probably not very good in this spot either.
I've been trying to brew decks for post-rotation and pick up cards on the up and up. I'm looking for
What's that?
Blood Barons,
Okay.
Angels, Serenity,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 more Obsidian Aids. And they're going to, because you don't lose Grizzly Salvage,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can select Salvage, and you're just like, oh, how awesome is Obsidian Aid to get back to this Frasca.
What about, can you play Omniscience in there?
If I could, if it was not going to be legal after October.
Omniscience is totally going to be
I
illegal.
thought it was an M13.
Oh, it is. For some reason, I thought it was part of the Return Ravnica block.
Nah, it's not that good.
I always wanted a deck like that to be good, like a 4-color mill deck, or 4-color Unburial Rights deck with Obsidian Aids for Omniscience.
Well, because that'll be your Unburial Rights replacement, like half-assedly.
It's better than Unburial Rights, because,
You
like,
can't flash it back, though.
but you can get a land.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a 5-mana Rampant Growth. Well, it's better than Rampant Growth because it comes into play untapped. You know what else could possibly come into play untapped? Your very own Stomping Ground, which we're giving away on the stream this
I
week.
thought you were going to say your own set of rock, paper, scissors tokens.
Well, I'm not giving those away this week because I'm currently reloading. But yeah, head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic and look for the giveaway post I made during round 2. Like, comment, and share on the post, and as long as you like the Facebook page, you are eligible. I need to reiterate, if you don't like the Facebook page and I draw your name, you don't win. That's all we ask, is that you like the page.
Well,
And once you see the daily high-end content on the page, trust me, you're going to like it.
it keeps me entertained.
It's the greatest web page that I've ever made about Magic on Facebook.
Sure, it's a tough thing
Easily
to say. Tough.
number 1.
It's tough.
It also shows up in my Twitter feed at ZachSellsMagic, so make sure you go over there and follow me and then retweet. So there's 4 different ways you can enter into the same drawing, and we'll draw for that next week and give away a fresh new Stomping Ground from Return to Ravnica block, courtesy of one Cliff Markham.
He's a baller.
He is baller.
Have
Some
you
would even call him Shock Collar, but I mean,
Oh,
it's debatable.
I've sold my Paula, though. Have you seen the M14 Champion playmat?
No, I haven't.
It's really cool looking, actually, but
Okay.
I want to say, if we can Google it, it looks like,
I'll get on there.
it looks like it
14
might be
Game
modeled
Day playmat.
after Felicia Day, but I don't think her bust is that profound. I think they embellished.
I think it's Christine Sprankle, which is that cosplayer who showed up as Elspeth at the Worlds. And it's like, I can't believe everybody's showing me this much attention.
But they had, what's her name, do the
Yes.
stupid video.
They're trying very hard to get Felicia Day and Day 9 from StarCraft as involved into Magic as possible,
But
which is a good business move.
Dana, he's so bad, didn't he, at the Bird Tour?
I mean, what were you expecting? Like, he's a casual. To his credit, he said, like, I draft on Moto, and that's about it.
I mean, think about a StarCraft tournament.
Well, he had a very interesting interview in Walking the Plains, the episode from that Pro Tour, which he said, in StarCraft, I'm just trying to do as many things as I can. I'm not worried about the optimal decision. I'm just trying to make a bunch of above-average decisions very quickly.
Correct. It's
He
micromanaging.
says that does not translate at all to Magic, because you're trying to make the best play every time. Speed doesn't...
As deliberately as possible, not as fast as possible.
Yeah. So he mentioned that. Meanwhile, in this game, it's going to be relatively uncompetitive, as Tyler had a turn 1 Rakdos Cackler, which got crushed by Izzet Charm, and then he stuck on 1 land and has entered his discard phase. Well, there's a second land, and there's a young Pyromancer.
Who's going to bite the dust? Yep.
It's going to force...
Away.
Use the away portion, which
Go
forces Tyler
away.
to sack a creature. And Drew's in a pretty good spot. There is a Nephalia Drown Yard, so Drew can already start on the mill plan, should Tyler not add anything to the board. There's another Pyromancer, which I'm sure is going to survive.
For as long as it takes to set it down.
End of turn, Snapcaster is a charm.
Alright, Drew's all about just shutting this down.
I mean, what else? Young Pyromancer is actually pretty difficult for Drew to answer if Tyler can untap and make a lot of dudes. Because he didn't side in Curse.
Those are some sick beats right there.
Snapcaster gets in, man. That's an 8-turn clock. 8-turn clock.
7.
Well, I was counting the one he just did.
That clock's over. That's been taken.
Dread War on the...
No, not on the Tiago. Or Lauren Lee, depending on who you are.
End of turn, Forbidden Alchemy.
I'm going to ask the chat, if you think of Snapcaster Mage, do you see Tiago Chan or Lauren Lee from Star City?
Getting rid of
Just curious.
getting rid of 3 lands and keeping an Augur Bolus. Augur Bolus is pretty good in this matchup. Obviously, the Augur Bolus portion of the game is well behind this.
It's unofficial since I'm teasing her. You can follow her on Twitter at Mulldrifting. That way, it's not totally mean.
It's not mean. That was very much something that happened on Twitter a lot.
I know that local legend Adam Vickers calls them Morning Lees. Yep, Augur rotates and it's a sad day. The card is so good.
So what do you find off the Augur? Another Farnaway?
Yeah, well, pay attention.
And we've entered the Drown Yard portion of the game.
I mean, you get there pretty quick when your opponent's on 1 forever. He's up to 3 now, but...
He's frontline medic.
It's true. We now know Tyler's phone swipe password.
Oh, burn!
I can see Chow from The Hangover.
It's that someone else is saying Kim Jeong.
Kim Jong-il.
No, that's the actor's name, isn't it? Kim Jeong?
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought we were talking about the
Madcap skills.
or the North Korean dictator.
No.
That would really going
Madcap skills is going to mean to dissipate. The second Madcap skills is going to get a Wade here. So the ultimate 2-for-1. I'm not sure how much Tyler's gets to play or whatnot, but I would think Madcap skills is the kind of card you would take out in this matchup.
Olivia seems really good right now, 4 untapped.
Yes. It also seems pretty good regardless.
Yeah.
Drew also not attacking because he's not going to win with that Augur of Bolus, and
He's just going to double ping it.
he can potentially chump with an attacking.
Wasn't that Augur just 2 free counters on your Olivia every turn?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to stick around and be a good guy.
Active cheese and stealing the Olivia.
Okay.
Snapcaster targeting
Far?
returning it to his hand. Don't you just let him steal it and then attack for 3 and then get it back? Like, that's just incinerate at that point, or seriously.
Because it doesn't say sack it.
Who knows what Drew was playing around? I mean, technically.
What's in the corner up there in play?
In what?
Tyler's side.
That is his discard pile. This is graveyard.
It's on the battlefield.
Shock on the Snapcaster Mage. Take 1 from the Augur Bolus. Get some work done. Still has 2 activations of Olivia up. So Olivia's going to be a 5/5 next turn. And that's exactly the play that Drew's making.
It's a very good play. Speeds the clock up.
Although his Augur is now Vampire.
It's true. So
He can steal it. Opposing Olivia's, which could now happen.
Yeah. I haven't run into anything like that yet.
Yeah. As you are playing Jund, you successfully piloted Jund mid-range to the top 8 of this week's FNM, correct?
Yes, I did.
Always good?
That deck's really good.
You think?
I'm gonna play it until I show up the week after rotation. Like, you can't play that. Like, shit. I'll try again. Grave Titan. Drew had Grave Titan. Grixis had Grave Titan. The deck would be obscene.
If you can still play Grave Titan in Standard, Ian Nolte would never stop playing Standard.
Ian Nolte, a man among men.
So interesting play here. Drew's going to go ahead and kill his Augur Bolts because that puts the Olivia up to 8 exactly lethal.
Perfect.
So cut the clock down by a turn, and Drew Scherr wins a pretty, I guess that game it looked closer than it actually was, with Tyler getting stuck on 1 land and 2 land very early in the game, and then not really mustering much.
Mostly where Drew also didn't miss a land drop and just full steam ahead didn't help any.
This is fun, because from the way I'm sitting, the angle of the camera, it looks like I'm not even here.
It's because I'm using your voice. It's ventriloquism. Oh, hey. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh. We are just pure entertainment.
Ha! It's me! I always wanted them to clean this out so I could move the thing that way so you could have an actual wall to broadcast behind, which would prevent the casual drop-ins, but...
But the casual drop-ins make a lot of humor.
Oh, I'm not saying I want to do that. I'm saying that's one of the downsides of changing like that. But it would also just be much easier because you can actually set the camera up at an angle that faces away and not have this...
Nobody comes here to hear me speak. They came here for you.
No one comes for any of that, I don't think. I think it's because they have obviously made a poor life decision to get on Twitch on a Friday night.
So I can go out and try to interact with people of the same and or opposite gender. Or I can watch Magic the Gathering broadcast out of West Virginia live.
Last night I was watching a rerun of Andy Griffith's show on Nick at Night, and I enjoyed it so much that I TiVo'd it so I could show my wife when she got home.
Awesome. What episode was it?
I don't know. It was one where Barney's cousin George from New Jersey comes down, and he's all thumbs and keeps screwing things up. The part that was funny was when Barney was asleep in the back room at the jailhouse, and Andy came in and basically put the blanket over him, and picked the bed up and put it under the bed so that when Barney got up, he was trapped under there. It was very funny. Let's talk a little bit about the tournament tonight. This is the last round of Swiss, moving on to the top 8. There are 4 players who are drawing into the top 8. We should have had 5 rounds tonight, but I think JB was just tired of. It still works out fine. It just means the 6s are going to have to play, and I'm all for that. So drawing into the top 8 are Brandon Hart. What's Brandon playing?
He's playing Jun Aggro.
So Jun Aggro. And then David Dombeck, who's playing like a Naya Aggro deck. Jordan Petya, who we saw playing a mono black control list. And then Max here, who's playing a Jun mid-range. And then there are 6 pairings of 2 and 1 players. 2 of those are... One winner each is going to make it into the top 8.
Vinny says hi.
Vinny Lucenti? I believe
Top
it's
Shark.
I don't know anyone, like I said, I mentioned earlier, I don't think you were in here, but I don't really know everyone's Twitch names. Garrett!
Hey! How'd you do?
I guess we were,
You wrecked it?
Yeah, the deck with removal, sweepers, and counter spells. And I'll go rollless.
But you probably lost because you got outplayed, right?
Right, I mean, he totally was... He played as a static catcher and goes...
Like lightning McQueen.
He said, I just wanted to do that and go... I said, I wanted to say, I thought you wanted to do that because it went you the game. But going
He could have been combo. He just wanted to flash it in and go.
He's very happy with the one.
All right, so back into round 3 here. We had a turn 1 Unleash Rakdos Cackler, followed up with Madcap skills, but that met an Izzet Charm. Tyler's Dreadboard trading for Vampire Nighthawk, and now we see the Jace Architect of Thought. We go to the -2 ability immediately. Augur of Bolus or lands?
I'm watching this screen. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
That's the past. We're living in the future.
So Drew's going to take the mana.
He wants to stay ahead. He wants to hit his draws.
I think it's fine. It's not like Augur of Bolus is going to win you this game. He has 2 Dreadboards in his hand. Like, this game is over. Well, Dreadboard doing some work in this matchup. Yeah. Taking out the Jace. Drew drawing a Dissipate. It's an Alchemy in his hand too, and then 4 removal spells. 2 Mortars and 2 Dreadboards.
Is this the guy that's using JB's deck?
No, that's Evan Hudnall.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought his name was Evan.
Evan...
I can't remember for like 6 months. His name's Tyler King. I'm really upset.
No, it's a different gentleman.
My name is
It doesn't look like Evan's actually in the field.
You suck, Tony. I'm just happy you spoke.
JB's name is all over the place. Drew just flashed us a card. Did you see what it was? No. It's cheap.
Snapcaster, I think.
Never was a Staticaster.
I think it was Grave Titan.
Oh, promo one.
That's a good meme. We're gonna work that one. Anytime someone plays any permanent.
He taps that blood crypt.
That's the sound your plan make when you tap them.
I think that's actually the sound of Night Sins of Planeswalkers.
You ever play Magic Online with all the sounds on?
Yes.
Ugh.
That's
It's
the only way I play
the
Magic.
It is the
Online.
worst.
Turn off my music.
It's the worst.
It's like, da-da-da-da, and then something happens. You're like, it's like gongs and whips.
Whenever a creature dies, it's like...
Yeah, like, that was perfect.
A grown-ass man in here. I just looked over at the chat and I saw Ancestral Recall, and this reminded me of the fact, I thought about this week. Ancestral Recall draws 3 cards. The fixed version of that is Jace's Ingenuity, which costs 5 mana. That's how broken Ancestral Recall is.
Yes.
It's like if Wolf of Your Silver Heart cost 1 green. Think about that. That's how broken it was.
I thought you were going to say they might reprint in Theos.
Mind Sculptor is free.
I also had to explain to a very competent Magic player earlier tonight who was surprised that Sol Ring was banned in Legacy. To which I said, it's as broken as any Mox, possibly more so.
It's restricted in Vintage, isn't it?
Yes. It's possibly the most broken card ever printed, other than an Ancestral Recall, I think. You could have a legitimate argument. Lotus is fine, but Lotus is a ritual. Like,
Have you spoken much about From the Vault 20 spoilers?
yeah, we talked a little bit in between last round, but feel free to go ahead, because this game is way over.
Drew is sure to win.
Oh!
That's good stuff. I don't like DPS as a term for Magic now. I'm not listening to talk DPS.
Well, we can use APM
Damage
for...
per...
We can use APM for people that flicker their cards, or they're just not thinking about something.
Someone made that comment on a YouTube video.
Kibler's APM must be like...
Well, Logan Cutlip and Aaron Daly are playing Commander, so good luck hearing yourself think for the next 30 minutes.
He means they're loud.
They are loud.
Adam Vickers is somewhere in this building, too.
Mm-hmm. Guild Gate added. So Drew has a win condition in the Drown Yard here, right?
Yeah, he's been mad.
Don't ever get married.
Okay.
Because you know how hard it is to get divorced?
So hard that you're doing it twice.
The paperwork's like that thick. Oh my god.
It's as if they didn't design the marriage system to accommodate
It's like, here, write your name down, give me $20. Congratulations. You want to get done, have fun.
That's why I need to go to LegalZoom.com.
Just text
Directed by Tony
there.
Shapiro. Is that his name?
No, Robert Shapiro.
Tony is his Italian cousin who runs his mom.
I think there really is a Tony Shapiro, as we see a Boros Reckoner get dissipated. I do feel bad for Tyler here. It's like it's one of those games where like the game has been over for a long time, but not functionally. He cited it out. He has Aetherlings.
It's got his static casters.
I swear to kill 5 1 when all that was heavy gun fire. This frontline medic? I love frontline medic. Counter it! Oh, it's not on the battlefield yet. Sacrifice and counter it.
Rakdos Cackler.
That's what he was setting up. He was dating with the frontline medic to play the Cackler. Unleashed.
We should play the Cackler first to play around Mana Leak.
Right.
Foil Blood Crypt. Tyler's only weakness. Mizzy Mortar on this irrelevant dude.
I think he overloaded it.
Drew.
Shut up, Turner.
No.
You had the meanest moment on stream history.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was that?
Infinite Fogs.
I'm going to kill your last permanent, but first I'm going to take it back +1 Tamiyo to tap.
Oh no, that was really bad. Where you had to tap just so you could +1 Tamio and not tap one of your own things. You had to tap his land, then tap his dude, then blow it up with double curse of death. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, but it was really mean. Well, not mean. It's the correct thing, but we made fun of you for it. That was close to a flawless victory. If you could.
There was also the weekend where you fog looped. You had Tamiyo and fog. Against the new Mono Green.
Was that the same week?
Yes.
Same day.
That one was really brutal. That one was more brutal because at some point we saw you had to explain to your opponent playing in his first FNM why he could no longer win.
My fault.
No, he was from the pharmacy school, so like he doesn't have much time. A lot of those guys moved back home for the summer. Well, Drew has all the cards in his deck on the table. There's a Dreadbore targeting Augur Bolus. Going to shock the Snapcaster Mage. And Drew's just going to...
I forgot the shock. I didn't play it.
I dug up my Odyssey ones because they're signed, but...
I was playing against a guy that had one red open and was thinking about something. I was like, God. Oh, the remove spell for my guy?
Why are we sorting out the lands here?
He might be counting his lands because he's going to play the 9 grand spell.
What's that one card? Sever. Mana Severance takes all land out of your deck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he played.
He draws.
The awkward sounds because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, sometimes the game is just over. What did you want to talk about From the Vault?
Patron and the gloves.
What were you wanting to talk about
Like there's Jace I saw and Fencer.
Venture Shaper Savant.
Him to Turok?
Him to Turok, the first ever foil printing. With alternate art. There's also a Gilded Lotus and an Impulse. Both with new art. There's an Acromis Vengeance.
I didn't see that one yet. That one's cool. But I'm just trying to think of like what person was like, yeah, we're gonna put Jace in there and Impulse.
They can't all be Jace level cards, otherwise the thing will sell for $1,000.
It's only gonna sell for like 200.
It's for 400 or 500 already. Yeah, but I'm saying like they literally can't do that. They can't
let's compare the previous one, which had Nathan as its top end.
That was a more reasonable product, I thought.
Because I tried at every shop in the valley to pre-order one before a card was spoiled, and I was told no every time.
It's like they have business. That's not true. I started laughing as soon as I said that.
I was like, I'll give you $50, like right now, to pre-order one, and all he doesn't say what it's called. You know, not know what anything's in it. It could just be a bunch of crap. I mean, one card that's going to be good, hopefully.
Everyone knew that, like, the chance of Jace being reprinted were pretty significant.
I didn't think Jace was going to get reprinted.
Mark Rosewater had come out and said that they would not be opposed to reprinting Jace. Like someone asked him that in one of his tumblers or something, and he hinted at that. I also think it's kind of the obvious card that you would reprint, because it's a card everybody wants. It's played in every format that it's legal in.
So what have they left on the bone? Like what other joys are they going to exploit on us? What do you think is going to be something to top Jace, or is Jace the high end?
And they could put in Champion of Bears.
There's no other card that's better than that
With an
Jace.
old border? Like an Odyssey border? Like, was it the Judge Foil swords, like old? Those are cool.
Drew gets there.
Oh, Ink Eyes, that was the MTV promo.
Oh yeah, they did spoil Ink Eyes. I actually signed into this. I actually signed into the
CSA's ring?
the stream. When they said on Twitter that they were going to have a spoiler on the live broadcast from MTV, and I went over there to watch it, and then like right before they spoiled it, like it just froze. Like it was, well, we're happy to announce, and it just froze like it was some kind of bad sitcom, and then I did this, and then I had to wait 5 seconds till somebody said it on Twitter.
Cruel to me. I love the card.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff that's I see it. Just because I don't acknowledge it doesn't mean I don't see it.
Still makes me mad.
Let's see some other stuff that was spoiled in that set. Yeah, here's the new art for Gilded Lotus, which is pretty cool. It's very odd that they reprinted that card after just reprinting it again, but I don't know.
It's a very popular card.
It's played in almost every Commander deck.
And that's going to have the sweet alternate foiling, and everybody's going to want one.
Well, I don't like the alternate foiling, because I'm a curmudgeon, and I don't like things that are different. We were talking about this earlier. There's Yin. This is the new Sun Titan.
That's what it was. It wasn't Gideon, it was Sun Titan. You're still not 100% for the heroes versus villains dual deck.
I don't really like
That
this.
Sun Titan's awesome.
It's alright, but I don't remember who was I talking with? Maybe Yin or something. That Sun Titan just looks like a giant guy.
That's what Sun Titan is.
They're not Titans. All the other Titans are like these.
Right, but the original Sun Titan is just like a dude with white eyes.
Yeah, but that looks like some kind of he's got something going on. He's got the white eyes.
It's like Andre the Giant.
It's Andre the Giant.
Borderline Titan.
You're not going to convince me, they can
Forget Wormcoil. Andre the Giant is the sixth Titan.
They can just print a giant turd and write Sun Titan on top of it. Be like, oh, that's awesome.
Hey, here's some cool art from, they spoiled 3 cities. Apparently in Theos it's going to be like Greek culture, so there are 3 cities.
Probably 3 lands.
Seems to me like we got a lot of mountain over here, and we got a lot of plains over here. Looks like a little bit of red-white dual land.
Uh-oh.
And that theme is only further perpetuated in the other 2 cards that they spoiled the art for. For example, this one is called Mellitus. You're seeing a little bit of, blue on the left and green on the right.
How excited are you that you know this?
I discovered it very early on Saturday. I basically, as they live tweeted this event, I put it all on Facebook.
You were just I just imagine how my comment.
You just let the magic flow through your channel.
I don't know, I was very excited about it. All these things are awesome.
Yes.
Here's another city, which looks like a blue-green non-allied duel. There's a lot of discussion about, are they going to print the Onslaught fetches? Are they going to reprint, some other kind of thing? And those seem to indicate that they are not doing that. Because, number 1, the Onslaught fetches are allied colors, and number 2, none of those thematically,
How do you feel about the hero cards?
Oh, we haven't talked about those. I think they're neat. It's a fun tie-in for the pre-release event. What Max is talking about is there's something called the Path of the Hero, I believe, which is it's the turn of pre-release packs, basically. So starting at the pre-release and then running from the pre-release, the launch party, and game day, there are 3-part, basically a quest that you can participate in. That's it's just a promotion run for the game.
You tank it, or you heal it.
No, I'm the hunter.
Okay, so you do the DPS.
I'm a board.
Zach heals it.
Can I jungle on the bottom lane? Hey, dude.
If we were talking about that
Jones
game.
might be giving you 2 Thunderbolts that are mine. It's kind of fast. That's okay.
Okay. Are you leaving?
Yeah, John's got a be home.
Is he grounded?
He's going to the movies with friends, he said.
Ladies?
He won't say. He
Ah!
said friends. I think he's going by himself.
Here's the answer.
Anyways.
I bought 2 tickets to Wolverine, please.
He buys 2 tickets, 2 for me and my friend.
They'll be here later.
I guess I'll just go in and wait for him inside.
2 large pops.
2 sodas, please. For me and my friend. He's coming later. Or she is coming. It'd be funny because he or she is coming later. Alright. But to wrap, there's no way we can come back from that. But so basically at the pre-release you get one of these hero cards, and there's 5 of them. I don't know exactly what they're all called. I don't have that screen cap, but there's 5 of them. And they act as like the old Vanguard cards, if you remember Vanguard, where you had one character and then he affected the way the game was played for you, but you had to start with a different starting hand size or a different life, and you got a special ability.
They're popular on Magic Online.
Right, and this is the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing, but it acts in that way. This card is not a Magic card, it doesn't go in your deck, it's another card you have. And you use this and then there's thematic things that you do over the course of the 3 events. And the final event is you take on a Hydra, Because in the storyline of Theos, there's the walled cities and you're protected, but outside the cities it's like super dangerous and there's hydras.
This be a Vastwood Hydra?
No, it's something else. I have a special new one. But basically, the final battle is you take on a hydra, and it's a special challenge deck that you basically play against solitaire style. The challenge deck does things every turn, and then you have to beat it before it kills you. This is one of the cards from it.
So you can cheat.
You can cheat at the pre-release free event if you want to. But like this is one of the cards you can get from the challenge deck. And if you beat the Hydra, I'm sure there's some kind of like promotional thing you get. And after the tournament,
I beat the Hydra every night.
And after, come on. That's not particularly clever.
You're not clever, Garrett.
And then they said that you can actually purchase those decks after the event is over, and they have a different card back. The card back looks like this, so.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That'll be every card of the deck then?
In the challenge, in the Hydra's deck, yeah.
Cool.
So that's an interesting kind of tie-in that they have for that. They've done pretty good with, despite eliminating the art director and doing some other kind of non-Vorthos stuff. Like the last few sets have had pretty good, like you had with Innistrad, you had a lot of built-in things with the Hell Vault and all that stuff. Return to Ravnica, you had all the guilds and stuff, which is extremely successful. It looks like they're going to have this tie-in, which should be pretty fun as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be every card. I think it's just for that deck.
Yeah, just for that challenge deck.
So you can't cheat. Play
Someone
that
else was
deck.
talking about they thought that that all the Titans were coming back. There's no chance of that. That's just for that one.
Just Frost Titan.
Sun,
He beats all the other Titans.
but it's not Frost.
Frost Titan has emerged victorious.
It's not Frost Titan from the original set. It's just a Frost Titan from Thor the movie, from Jotunheim. He shows up and he's not very good.
They're just
He
printing one
comes
card.
in to play tap.
They're also just printing one, and that's the only one that's legal. So one person gets to play with one.
It's just
Frost
one.
Titan.
It's just a super rare card. Only one of in existence. Earlier I got sent 4 texts, but because the way my phone works, if you send it to multiple people, it shows up blank on my phone, so I got 4 of them.
Nice.
New email.
Technology.
Adam Vickers followed me.
Just now. 20 years later.
He retweeted me. He was busy buying stolen cards earlier tonight. He had to run out and handle some business. You know how you can handle business, Max? You could go over to our Facebook page, try to win yourself Stomping Ground.
I think I already liked this Facebook page.
Facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Look for the post. Like it, comment, share it. You're entered as long as you like the page.
Or like the page.
It's 2 steps. You got to like the page to be eligible to win anything from me at any point. Because
I've done that.
you're good.
But
Check.
I need to go like.
Check. Yeah, so there's a
Dude.
post. Every week we do a post during round 2 that says we're giving away something. Usually it's rock, paper, scissors cards. This week we're giving away a Stomping Ground.
Less valuable.
Less valuable.
Will you sign said Stomping Ground?
No one wants me to destroy their Stomping Ground by signing it. But we're giving one of those away. So go over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Or is this the top 8?
Yes.
You and Casey? That's who you're playing. Alright, so we got top 8 here. We're going